slop content time. It's gonna be awesome. So, here's the tier list. As you can see, we have 5 tiers. That took me a long time to fucking count to the number 5. Good God. We have good game. In fact, I'm going to change this. Genuinely good game. This is the tier reserved for the elite. These are the games that I genuinely think are Kusoge's for the wrong reasons. I think people don't give them enough of a pass to actually play them and enjoy them. I think people look at them and go, that looks like shit, and then don't play them. We have alright. These are games that are competent. You know, they're functionally sound. They play. They work. You can kind of see the appeal, but I wouldn't play them myself, and I would be hard-pressed to call them good. Can we zoom in a bit? Of course. I'd be hard-pressed to be like, this is a really good game. I'd say it's alright. I'd say it's okay. I wouldn't necessarily call it bad. I may still call it a Kusoge, but I wouldn't call it bad. Because then we have the bad tier. As you can see, this is in the middle, so we're not expecting a lot of these games to be good. These are games that have problems. They're maybe not necessarily very fun. Maybe they're very exploitable. Maybe they're just a product of the times and things have moved past them. But I don't think they're necessarily good. I don't like them. But they're not the worst. Then we have crap. These are games that made me feel bad while playing them. There is a feeling that you get by playing some games that is not anger or rage. It is simply disgust. You are playing it and you are like, this is either really boring or I just don't want to be here. However, they still function. They still work. At the bottom, we have do not play this. These are for the genuine worst of the worst games. These are for games that either do not function, or when they are functioning correctly, they have glaring design flaws that make no logical sense under any circumstance. If you really want a bad time, if you just want the worst gaming session of your life, you play these games. Otherwise, you do not touch them with a 10-foot pole. I know I will not be touching them ever again. So, those are the categories. I'd say, is there any questions? But I'm sure there will be, and people will point them out whenever they happen. So let's go through the games we have. We have Dong Dong Never Die, Tekken Advance, Dragon Ball Evolution for the PlayStation Portable, Jurassic Park Warpath, Sailor Moon S, the fighting game, the one that everyone gets really salty about, Balls 3D, Primal Rage, Dino Rex, Guilty Gear X, MK Advanced, DBZ Taiketsu, and then both of the X-Men Academy games. All of these have videos on the second channel where we have played them. Where do we want to start? Start with Balls? You guys want me to give you my opinion of Balls 3D? Okay. So, Balls was the one that we played first yesterday. It is a 3D fighting game using the Super FX chip on the NES. I can already tell you right now, it's not getting above this. So, okay, something about that game just feels like it doesn't function. Everything has at least 26 frames of ending lag. It feels like you do anything and your character does not respond for half a second. This includes moving. So everything just feels really shit. When you play it, you either spam the same move and it works, or you spam the same move and it doesn't work. I didn't like it. I didn't like a single bit of it. It looks ugly. The background is constantly spinning when, like, you're stationary, which doesn't look the worst, but it is very disorienting once you notice it, and once you're trying to, like, look at characters that are jumping and shit. The 3D aspect is basically non-existent. You can sidestep, but it doesn't really work, and I don't know what it was in my playthrough, but it felt like the bots were just doing things that I wasn't allowed to do, like instant killing me when I had like 2.5 HP, which just didn't work for me. Balls is crap. I did not like balls. So there we go. That's my controversial take, chat. Balls 3D is crap. Good content, not a good fighting game. Would not want to ever play it again. I mean, we can do Mortal Kombat while the Dragon Ball people decide. MK Advance is one of the worst video games I've ever played in my life. What if you took original MK, like base Mortal Kombat, and you made it play bad? You made it unresponsive. You made it janky as hell. You made it just fucking change special moves for seemingly no reason. You make it laggy. You make it impossible to beat. And you put it on a Game Boy Advance and give it 0 extra features. God, it sucks. It is terrible. It is so bad. Is it worse than Street Fighter 1? It's on the same level. Probably worse, honestly. It feels very similar to play. Yeah, MK Advance is terrible. Do not play it. I got warned not to play it, and I was like, haha, but it'll be funny. And then it was really bad. It was MK added with an extra layer of input lag and jank that I didn't know was humanly possible. It made me respect old MK. That's how bad it was. We've got our base layer. We got a nice range right now. Primal Rage. Oh, God. If you don't know, Primal Rage uses a unique motion input system in which you hold down a button and then you do the motions. So you basically have a special move button that you press, and then when you press the special move button, you like spam directions, and spamming those directions gives you the special move. Yeah, negative edging, basically. That's the only thing the game has going for it. It's really bad. It's not fun. The art style's pretty cool, because it's like, I've forgotten what it's called. They made 3D models and they scanned them into 2D sprites. So it looked pretty cool, and it was kind of innovative for the time. But God, is it not fun to play nowadays. I get that they were trying something new, and that's completely fine. I think doing weird stuff should be rewarded, which is why I'm putting it above balls. But, like, it just felt bad. Doing motion inputs the other way around just doesn't make a lot of sense, especially because it locks you in position while you do the motion. So even if you do it really fast, like as fast as humanly possible, you've gone from having the benefits of whatever your special move is. So like if it's a quarter circle back, you're blocking most of the time. If it's a DP, you have to get rid of your guard. To just standing there and not doing anything. I really don't like it. I think it's pretty bad, pretty crap. I would be upset if I ever had to touch it again. It's starting to look like I just hate video games. I know you guys are like purposely picking out the bad ones, but it is looking like I just hate everything that's going on. I didn't like a single one of these Kusoges. They're all bad. Don't play any of them. Dragon Ball Evolution. You guys ain't ready for this. It's alright. It's okay. It's a fine game. Dragon Ball Evolution has the really funny issue where it is secretly Shin Budokai. Dragon Ball Evolution is secretly not a Kusoge game. It is secretly Shin Budokai with several things stripped away from it and given the skin of Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, that doesn't mean that it's good. The things that they stripped away do kind of obviously rear their head when you think about the game for more than 1 second. So people in my chat pointed out the Shin Budokai has an evolution mechanic. You basically go through the power levels of whatever character you're playing by doing the key charge and then going up. That is very obviously absent in this game. Interesting special moves don't really exist Goku basically only has Kamehameha as his big super, and the rest of the characters don't really have anything even more interesting. The most interesting super that I saw in the game was from Piccolo's grunt that I can't even remember the name of. Like, that's the level we're on, and everyone has like one big super move like that. But the game feels fine to play. The movement feels relatively good. Combos are a bit weird, but I'm not the biggest Budokai guy, so I feel like if I knew how combos worked in Budokai more, I'd probably get more out of them. It's fine. It's completely fine. I don't really want to play it again, but I am hard-pressed to call it bad. There is a lot of stuff around it that definitely doesn't make it the best Dragon Ball game, and if it was on a tier list of Dragon Ball games, it would be on the lower mid-scale, but I would say that it's not even the worst Dragon Ball game on this list. The worst Dragon Ball game on this list is Taiketsu. This one sucks. Taiketsu is really bad. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I have seen how low the depths go, I would put it in Do Not Play This. But it has some level of gameplay. Like, it plays and it functions. The gameplay and the functions of it are just bad, though. Any normal that your character does feels like it is going through sludge, and all of them just completely whiff all of the time. There is no combos. You do not combo in this game. Like, you try, and immediately the opponent will flip out. Doing special moves feels like shit. Obviously, it was made on a GBA, but like, I've seen what the peak of GBA games can be, so it doesn't even really get an excuse, if I'm entirely honest. It's just not fun. It's just not good. It's also way too easy to cheese. Basically, if you want to cheese it, you do the super jump, and the opponent will always chase you, and they will always lose the match battle. And that's about as complicated as the game ever gets, because it's such a strong thing that why would you ever go against the AI in any other way? It's really bad. It's not very good. The characters look like shit. It sounds like shit. And it's not really fun. In fact, you know what? I've convinced myself. It isn't Do Not Play This. It's really bad. One of the worst games I've ever played. Not as bad as MK Advance, because it functioned, but like fundamentally it is very broken. It is not fun. Tekken Advanced? It's alright. It's pretty good. I think Tekken Advance is a marvel of technology because it feels like Tekken 3. If you don't know, Tekken Advance is just a port of Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was obviously made for the PlayStation 1 and arcade units, but it got a port on the GBA using its... The GBA doesn't have 3D, but it has like pseudo 3D, which is similar to how like Primal Rage and Bowls actually does it, where like it has a scrolling parallax background, and then you're able to like step in and step out of it, which was enough for it to work on Tekken. It's genuinely amazing that they were able to get a relatively good feeling Tekken game on a Game Boy Advance. It's not perfect. There is obvious limitations where like your moveset is basically cut in half because you only have a punch and a kick button and then a throw button. It's the unfortunate thing of like, if I had it, I would kind of wish I was playing Tekken 3 instead, but I wouldn't complain. Like, I could definitely see myself doing a couple arcade runs on that when I was a little kid. I'd have really enjoyed it. I really like it. I think it's good. It's commonly made, it's responsive, it's fun, and it's a fucking marvel of the fucking GBA. I like it. I think it's really good. I really like Tekken Advance. Wouldn't put it above just because it very much feels like things are missing, but not in a way of like the gameplay's bad, in more of a way of like if you play Tekken 3, you could kind of tell that some characters don't have stuff. You guys want me to put Gear on the list? Because it is just sitting down there. Look at it, Guilty Gear X Advance. I think this won't be a surprise to anyone, honestly. This is... I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they fucking did it. Guilty Gear X Advanced is just Guilty Gear X. on the Game Boy. I don't fucking know how they did it. I genuinely am amazed that they managed to do it. It is missing a couple of things. None of the characters are voiced. The sound effects are going through the Bit Crusher actively as we speak. They are being ground to a paste. The songs have been turned into chiptune versions of themselves, and you can't see the characters' faces. But, apart from that, it is just Guilty Gear X. And it is fucking insane. It's responsive. It's fast. It functions super fucking well. And it's fun. And I'm like, what? We played these in the same day that we played these. And the fact that this and this exist on the same console is fucking insane. It's genuinely crazy. If I had Guilty Gear X Advance Edition when I was a kid, yeah, maybe I'd want to play it more on my PS2 so I didn't have to play it on my little Game Boy Advance, but I also wouldn't complain that much. It's fucking good. It's really, really good. I'm amazed they did it. I think the only reason it's considered a Kusoge is because it kind of looks a little bit rough, but I think there's a charm to it. You can tell exactly what's going on, and I really don't mind it. Perfect for a car ride? Exactly. Perfect for a little car ride. Anything good I would say about actual Guilty Gear X, I would say about Advanced Edition. I think the downgrades are really charming, because it feels just kind of like a demake. And that's basically what it is. See, I like some video games. Really fucking weird looking ones, but I do like some video games. X-Men. So X-Men Mutant Academy 1 is kind of bad. X-Men Mutant Academy has a relatively small roster, and it's a little bit jank. It's got some fun concepts in it, like you balance your meters between different special moves. So you don't have one bar that lets you do big, like anything, or everything, sorry. You have 3 separate small bars that all do different supers. And you're able to balance them between by holding, back and specific buttons. It feels relatively interesting to do, but it leads to the problem where if you're doing special moves, if you hold back too long, they don't come out because you get put into, the stance that lets you switch supers. And it's it feels fine. It feels okay. For the time, especially considering it's a very early PS1 game, it was alright. It doesn't look very nice. It doesn't sound very nice. But it plays fine enough, and I had a good time with it. Mutant Academy 2 is just better Mutant Academy 1. So it goes in alright. They seemingly fixed the issue where if you hold back, you go into the stands every single time, so you can just trade meter efficiently and still get the special moves. Combos actually kind of exist now in a much more fluid and interesting way. You do the Marvel thing of send people up, hit them in the air, and send them back down. There's more characters, including secret characters, and they're interesting and fun. I like playing Spider-Man. He was really cool. It looks a little bit better. It sounds better. Characters are faster now, so everything goes a little bit crazier. The new characters are interesting, and the old characters are fleshed out a little bit more. It's alright. I like Mutant Academy 2. I think it's a decent game. I wouldn't necessarily want to play it, and it is definitely a Kusoge. There's a system in the game where your health naturally regens over time, and it is powerful. It is really, really fucking strong if you know how to run away. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I have no real qualms with Mutant Academy 2. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better than this, which is crazy because I think this is the first time Dragon Ball Evolution has been in a tier list and been over something else. But it's an objective improvement, and I like it. I think it's pretty good. So we're at 4 left. Maybe I should leave the big ones till last. Yeah, I think we do. All right, chat. Do you want Jurassic Park Warpath, or do you want Sailor Moon? I think I might get a little bit of flack for my opinion on Sailor Moon, but it is what it is. Say the full name. Bushijo Senshi Sailor Moon S Jogai Ranto Shuyaku Sodatsu Susen. I can't fucking say it. Sailor Moon. It's not good. So, okay. If you don't know, about Sailor Moon S. The whole point of the game, in the modern context, is that it is aggravating. The community around the game formed around the game because anytime someone plays it, they feel like they're being robbed. The character balance is all over the fucking place. The character damage is all over the place. There is a mechanic in the game in which once you are put to low health, you can use a desperation move that one-shots. There's a lot of bullshit in the game. A lot of bullshit in the game. And while it is well made enough to play, I don't think it's good. There's a couple of weird things in it, like some stuff does more damage on block than on hit. There's stuff where movement is different between each character. So some characters can fly around the fucking screen, and some are stationary bricks. There's a tech with one of the characters where they are able to infinitely backdash and just leave. It's objectively not a good game. You can definitely have fun playing it, and there's definitely things to like improve and get better at. But compared to the other things in the list, I would not want to play this for more than an hour. And that's very obvious by the fact that I didn't even finish the story mode. I really didn't like it. I really didn't like the story mode. It was not fun and not good. It was pretty bad. But still, it's one of Arxis' first ever games, so they get a little bit of a pass. You know, they started with this, and then they made games I eventually actually liked, and I'm glad they didn't just keep making the quality of Sailor Moon stuff. I'm going to pick them from here on out, because I have an order that I want to end on. I have things that I want to say about very important games. So the next game that we're going to talk about is Warpath. If you don't know, Warpath's gimmick is that you play as a dinosaur. You are playing as an actual dinosaur. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. It fucking feels like you are playing like a dinosaur. You do not have conventional fighting game moves. You have attacks that a dinosaur would probably have. These moves feel like shit. Visually, I love the game. I fuck with the style and the theming hard. Actually playing it, good God, is it bad. The game has two settings. Setting 1, you don't know how to do your 10-hit combo. You lose. You are going to lose immediately. Setting 2, you know how to do your 10-hit combo. You win. You win immediately. Once you figure out how to do your 10-hit, the game breaks in half because you just spam it over and over and over and over again, and the opponents are not able to deal with it. I really like the theming. I really like the dinosaurs. Part of me is tempted to just bump it up to... You know what? Yeah. I'm bumping it up to bad because the entire aesthetic around it, I fuck with hard. But good God. Good God, is it bad? Actually, if you just... It's silly. It's just not fun to play. I think if you like dinosaurs, you'll get a massive kick out of it. But if you don't, if you're not like the biggest dinosaur guy, which like I like dinosaurs, but I'm not like an amateur paleontologist or anything. We have here 2 separate games. I will tell you now, one of these games is the top of the list, and one of these games is the bottom. Where do you think Dong Dong Never Die is going to be put, chat? Dong Dong Sweep top, Dong Dong tier. Dong Dong fight. Dong Dong Never Die is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Like, okay. Genuinely, the only reason I think it's considered a Kusoge is because the original version, it was rough. Don't get me wrong. The original version of Dong Dong is rough. But, like, the version I played, holy fuck. Holy shit, man. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Judgment Day is the one I played, and fuck me, it's peak. It's so fun. It's just fun. Like, yeah, it's bullshit. Don't get me fucking wrong. Like, Corone is just secretly Sin from Xrd. Churro MK2, thank you for the follow. But, like, God, it's fun. Like, every character's just doing crazy bullshit. Mario's fucking Akuma. There's, like, two nurses that just, like, Psycho Crusher constantly. And, God, they're annoying to deal with. But they're fucking cool. Dong Dong has, like, a dragon install with, like, evil Dong Dong, and it turns him into Roa, and he has the Gill Super. It looks insane. It sounds stupid as fuck, but I had the biggest smile on my face from start to finish. I fucking love Dong Dong Never Die. Do yourself a favor and go play Judgment Day. You won't be able to read any of the text unless you know Chinese, but fucking hell is it fun. I absolutely loved it. There was the last that was just Iori as well. Like, there's so many fucking dumb things. And now we have to go to literally one of the worst games I've ever played in my fucking life. Oh my god. Do any of you remember when we played Dino Rex? Were any of you there? It's so bad. Imagine Warpath, where like everyone's a dinosaur, but it is the worst version of that possible. The characters essentially don't move. The attacks are stupid. Everyone has one special move that they can chain into itself several times. Blocking, from what I can tell, is non-existent. And genuinely, the game's kinda racist, which I didn't expect, but here we are. It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Maybe the worst. Do not even play it as a joke. You can find funny shit in Taiketsu and maybe a little bit in MK Advance. There is nothing good about Dino Rex. It's so bad. It's terrible. I regret playing it. And I think it's gonna be, like, at the bottom of the list for a very long time. It's gonna take a lot for something to claim this. So, that's the list. It's actually quite well-rounded, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect it to be as well-rounded as this. I expected more of the things to be lower down. But, like, you know, we've done all right for ourselves. We've had some really good things. We've had some absolute fucking stinkers. But most of the games we've played have been okay to pretty bad. And it only took an hour. It only took an hour.